in Laro, my practice as a SPED teacher is really, parang na-test siya at the start of the pandemic because
I know.
in fact,
Feeling, yeah.
we were scared that we might close because we weren't sure how parents would be responding to it. Um, and we knew from the start that an online session or online learning for children with special needs, it's not going to work without the parents on board. We had to get the parents on board first, and then so what we're doing now is trying to train the parents. We did an orientation, but before that, we tested it ourselves. So we offered free sessions ano ba to, during the summer para lang matest kung ano yung feasibility niya. They're like trial sessions, and then from there we determined what would be the best way to go. And so from there we saw that a huge component really is having an on-site partner. So
Right.
right now it's like, as a SPED practitioner, there are you have two students. You have the parent and the student. Although there are some parents, you just need to coach them. And some parents instinctively they know what to do, but there are also a lot of parents who really need um, a lot of guidance. And so we also constructed a training program for them. So that's the level side. And then for Miriam, because I'm with the College of Education, and we're part of, we have what we call MC Guro, or Growth and Upgrading Resource Office. So one of the things that we did was to train everyone across the colleges and also the basic education units to make sure that everyone was ready, because shifting online, it involves an overhaul of the curriculum for one. Um, and then we needed to make sure also that we don't get burned out as teachers. So actually, from the time that we started the pandemic, wala pa kaming pahinga. Because I
Right.
don't know if well, some parents think ang sarap ng ano ang sarap ng buhay ng teachers kasi walang ginagawa, but actually before we can get the content, the curriculum to them, we have to work on them first. So
Right.
yeah, a lot of training. And then there's also the mindset uh, that we had to get everyone to, hindi naman convince everybody, pero we had to make everyone see how important online learning is. A lot of parents, I know a lot of parents who think dapat ano na lang, what you call that, it's parang freeze, may academic freeze. A lot of parents have been asking for that, and I understand that. Pero for some, ano rin this is the perfect opportunity to learn. So, yeah, we're taking it one day at a time.
I
Yes,
want to go to the Laro side, Laro Lapis at Libro side, just a
yes,
little bit more here, right? So you mentioned that parents now have to be on board. Okay, parents now have to be on board when it comes to the education. Now, in an ideal world, of course, we want parents to be as involved with homeschooling or no homeschooling, regular school, whatever, intervention, no intervention, special needs or no special needs. We want parents to be involved in the lives of their children, right? But in this situation, right? In this situation, I guess this is what I'm getting at after getting through that content, right? So now parents feel like, okay, I'm gonna pay this school because I get them out of the way for a few hours a day, right? So I can do my work, I can do these things. Their thinking now is that, wait a minute, I'm going to pay a school and then I also have to get involved, right?
yes.
Parang ako na ngayon nagbabayad at lahat,
Mhm.
pero parang ako pa rin yung nagmamanage. So, doble yung stress. Malaking
Right.
stress sa teachers na for freaking it out, malaking stress sa kanila for having to handle their children pa. So, what's your reaction there? I mean, I'm just trying to be honest and as bloody as I can about the topics
Yes.
I'm going to choose. So, yeah.
No,
What's your perception there?
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because that is, in my opinion, a real, that's reality. In as much as we would want parents to be involved and we would want the parents to be there, like for example, when we have sessions with our students, sana nandun yung parent. But we also know that, um, well, I'm not yet a parent, but I have a house, I'm running a household, and I have
Right.
work, I have full-time work. So, ang thinking ko, kung ako meron pang estudyante, may anak pa ako, paano? How will I manage my time? How will I do all of these? How will I ensure that I turn out good work in the office? And kasi 'di ba, especially now, hindi ka pwedeng mawala ng trabaho at this at this
Right.
this time. But at the same time, yung mga parents din, I understand they want what's best for their children. And some opt to do homeschooling, tapos pikit mata yun. But there are also others who think, sige, I'll take the risk and we'll go for online classes. My opinion there is that it's okay if parents feel that way because that is part of their reality. But I think as teachers, now is the time to be more empathetic. So we
Right.
really will have to empathize and stop demanding presence all the time. Kasi, di ba, I mean, um, teachers who are also parents, I think, will be the first to understand that. But there also has to be compromise. So ang sa akin, the parents, you have um, the freedom to choose whether to enroll your children or not. Sometimes I know the tendency is, sige, i-enroll ko para nga merong ginagawa habang ako nagtatrabaho. And that's
Right.
fine. That's fine. I mean, hindi I can't say maling mindset siya because maybe if I were in their shoes, I probably would be thinking the same thing too, especially if I don't have household help. So it's hard. But then, if you do enroll your child, at least man lang sana have in the same way that teachers try to empathize with the families, sana yung families din empathize with the teachers because it really is so hard to
Right.
teach online as well. Um, in Laro, what we actually did, well, that's one of the considerations that we had to make when we were constructing or developing our our home-based program. So that's why we call our program. It's not specific to parents, but it's family involvement. So we are open to whoever is available. It doesn't have to be mom or dad. It can be ate or kuya. It can be lola or lolo. It can be tita, an older cousin, or yaya. So kung sinong nandyan, kung sinong present, and then we communicate, we interact. Um, Kumaga, ang kailangan clear sa on both sides is that we're doing this for the child. So kailangan, I think, for the setup to work, it's always have the child in mind. So you work
Right.
towards making the child more independent. That's one of the things also that we want to happen in our program in Laro. So that's why we're big on family involvement and family training because we also don't want to come up with a system or like, for example, an online program that depends solely on the teacher. So we recognize the role of the parents. We recognize parang ang nangyari, we also had to adjust how we see ourselves in the lives of the children. So yun, ang important is that we try to be as independent as possible we try to get the parents to train their children also so that they're independent, so that parang gano'n, no? We recognize um, there is a need for the children to go online, there's a need for someone to be with them, but maybe we can help the families to help the children so that eventually kahit sila hindi kailangan. So if we could get to that level, then that would be perfect.